Hello, Professor. This is Latasha. I will be discussing the article that we read, The Body of Nacriema. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So, um, and the first question you asked how American culture was duplicated, and I would like to say the number one thing I would like to point out that the article gave great detail on the anthropologist's point of view when he spoke on similar behavior between people. The American culture, the small group living between the Canadian Cree and small parts of Mexico was still a mystery. They really didn't know too much about its origin. But I want to say that American culture was described by a market company, that it states in the article that it was a great market company and it was created on rich habitat. There was a devotion to ensuring the economy flourished in that specific habitat. Um, and there also was uniqueness in the ceremonies. So, the second question spoke about the communication pattern, the practice, the ritual, the events, and how it connects to the U.S. culture. So, during the ritual and the ceremony thing, there were influenced by power. There were shrines throughout the homes of the rich. Um, People had walled with stone and different things like that. The poorer people or less fortunate had pottery plaques to their shrines. So um, right there, that told me that the economic status in that particular ceremony or influence of power um, affected the people in that way. Not that it was a big thing, but that was one difference that stuck out for me. So, I want to touch bases on a little bit of my African American culture and its similarity to the ritual of the people of North Roma. Um, in the African American culture, and somebody who is observing from the outside may observe when African Americans have home prayer rituals. When someone moves into the home, um, it's usually Christian, maybe by a preacher, deacon, or someone up in the higher ranking in the church. They do have oil that they have prayed over, and with that oil, they go through every door in the house and draw like a cross at the top of the door with the prayer oil, and they walk around the house and kind of like dash the prayer oil around the home. This is to ensure that evil is not in the presence of the home. And I noticed the similarity with their ritual with the shrines and different things, that they also was trying to eliminate evil from their home. The only difference is the economic stature, the economic stature for the African American. It differentiated with their American stature because it didn't matter whether you were young, I'm sorry, whether you were poor or rich, that ceremony was offered to everybody. Everybody that was living in the home or dwelling in the home participates in that ceremony. Um, the difference with that culture is that their connection between the U.S. culture and the values, they are both spiritual and they are both heavy and power influences. Um, they didn't think allow the children to participate until they gained knowledge of what was going on. It's not that way in the African American culture. Whoever is in the home is said to participate in that specific ritual. So I want to go over number 3. Um, it says describe the pattern and the practice um, and how it changed throughout American history. I would like to say throughout history, ceremonies have changed. Ceremonies are more open to everyone, whereas in the article they were private and open to children when they were being initiated. So I think these ceremony practices and rituals change over time because people do as a social norm change and evolve. So does other things, which includes practice and rituals. Um, so with that being said, when the world changes, the world time changes, the world changes, and people changes. So the traditional forms of a lot of the ceremonies does not stay the same because you have the younger generation coming in and they are seeking change in a lot of different things. They want to kind of like wipe out the tradition and things and try to do things their own way. So I want to go to the last one where you asked to um, briefly share your evaluation of these changes as beneficial or detrimental to the U.S. culture. Um, the the younger generation, like I said before, people are more open to change than the older adults. They are sort of traditional, mostly traditional. The benefits, I would say culture over tradition is said to be important because culture evolves with time, enabling situations and circumstances. So, whereas tradition is important because it connects us to the past, it gives you an education on the past and where you came from. Um, Culture generally focus on the arts of things when tradition may be more coming from a religious standpoint. um, Organized marriages and different things like that, that's more focused on family values. Tradition is a big part of family value. And sometimes even when the tradition is broken or not wanting to be done, then some places still have punishment for that. So if it's not enforced. And just to give you a quick percentage of people in the UK, just FYI, 68% of people are open to change in the United Kingdom, but only 51% are not in France. And that had a lot to do with um, the, the places, the social things that were going on, the age group, So I just want to just um, give you that percentage. So, and that was the questions that I answered for this article. Thank you. Have a nice day.